Well, I got the bracket, so it fits. I'm lining it up. I put one on, and now I'm just lining this part up. You gotta pull and put it in the holes. Bring it over. Come on. Over, over, over. Good morning, guys. I hope y'all having an awesome day. So I finally got the bracket, and I'm going to add the video first to this. So I finally got the bracket, and I wind up mounting these skates. So it took a little time to get it mounted because you got to pull and get it lined up right. So I wind up getting it mounted, okay? Another thing that I realized, I didn't have all of the proper tools because I don't know, I'm a spontaneous person. I see something, go, oh, I want to do it, and I just recycle. I grabbed some skates that I had downstairs that I wasn't using no more, took them apart, and decided to mount them to this. But at the same time, I don't have any skater tools. I only have this right here to tighten and undo the wheels. But, and I think this could do the trucks too, yeah. But I didn't have the bracket that does this screw right here. So it took me forever, and I ordered the bracket now. It's a 5/8 something to do the mounted on. I use these. So just sitting there to the left, 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 till my eyes went crooked with these two tools. So I still particularly need that. So what I did, I hold it up in the light and to see if I could see through it, because I was still able to see through it where you could see through it, where you'll know that it's not bolted or mounted all the way correctly. You hold it up, and now I'm not able to see through it. So it took me all of the night, not all night, but you know, half of the night, half of the morning to actually mount this. And then I put the wheels on, okay? And I did put the brake on because for me, and I'm speaking for myself, I ain't speaking for no other skater, people with experience. Y'all do what y'all do. I'm doing off my experience, my age, and what I've seen from my own eyes. I can't. These skates, for what I want to do, my age and safety, are not ideal. Y'all, I will put these on today and do a little something. But if you notice, with these, there's no ankle support. So when me watching and doing research and stuff like that, like the roller derby skates are more harder than this. They're made of like a harder boot. And then those people got the wider wheels, and they train, you know what I mean, to you know, be on those short wheels, and they agile, and you know, they really good. So they kind of know what they're doing. But they was saying that skates with no ankle support, especially if you're not experienced skater, is prone to injury, okay? Because there's no, your ankle go, because I was looking at a lot of people that was doing them gym shoe skates, and you looked at them, the injury list was high. And I ain't speaking that into this. I got to watch what I say, because shit, I say something, it happened to me. That ain't for me. But they're prone to more because there's no ankle support in these type of shoes. And then, and not the derby kind. I'm talking about the more gym shoe stuff that you will see people get mounted and do. Not the derby ones, the real ones is made by the skater people that do the derby skates and the low, and because those boots are harder, tougher, and they're experienced skaters, so they know the way to do their body weight, and you know what I mean, they've been skating for years, so they have experience on those skates. I'm speaking for myself. I don't have that experience, and I watch people, a lot of them that go get they homemade mounted skates or whatever, and when you watch them skate at the skate ring, they more or less skate real fast, or you know what I mean, more body overweight and balancing, but you don't see them like doing a lot of the crazy, like they'll do their own type of tricks, but it'll be something that they made up, not like the traditional like how you will see the people doing the crazy legs and all that type of stuff. For I haven't seen the videos of them doing it in these type of gym shoe type or whatever. They'll do the derby type skates, and you'll see them kind of up on their toes and stuff like that. So to me, safety is everything. You know what I mean? So for the stuff I want to do, I will definitely go through my traditional boot and wear those boots because I want to feel the support. And like I said, I'm just learning all of this stuff. So safety, and if y'all notice, I keep my hand wrists on because the surgeon said, and I had got it backwards in the video, he said as long as I wear those wrist guards, I won't break my wrist. Not that I won't never fall again. You're gonna fall if you have or whatever, but as far as breaking my wrist, that's why you always see me with those on, because the surgery I had, I mean, it scared me. So you always see me with the wrist guards on. Every now and then I might teeter-totter with them off and something quick or whatever, but not ideal for me. I always like to have on my wrist guards. So I was able to mount them, and they're mounted. Do I feel 100% secure? And I didn't go downstairs. I just skated in the bathroom with these. Not really. When they wasn't tight all the way and they were still flopping around, if you hear them now, I finally shook them and, tightened them till they're tight. At first, to me, they felt like Play-Dohs. You know them school Play-Doh skates that you put on top of your shoes, and your mama buy you when you first learning the skates. You had your little shoes on as a kid and you scrapped them on. That's what they felt like when they wasn't tight and secure. I felt like they were some Play-Doh type skates. I didn't feel that they were secure. It took me all day to get these tightened as best as I could, but I'm still waiting on that wrench to come to make these even tighter. And then if you see, the screws are very long, so eventually they will have to be cut, because they said that, like if you leaning on the trucks or whatever, it can cut into the wheels. But to be honest with y'all, these ain't gonna be the ones that y'all would see me with the stuff that I learned trying to practice. I might do some dribbles with these on and some toe manuals, but a lot of the other stuff, I ain't even there. These ain't for that. These ain't for that. Another thing that I noticed that they be using, there is an aluminum shoe insert that goes, and what that does, you put that in, then you put the insole back in, because when I go to flex my foot, even though it's welded to that plate that's in there, sometimes I can feel when I go up, I can feel that it's not moving, but I can feel it in there. You get what I'm saying? So that's why when they turn gym shoes into skates, they put a metal plate in here after they mount this, then an insole on top, because what that does is help it for you not to feel that, you know what I mean? Like when I'm flexing my foot a certain type of way, I can, there's room in between, you know what I mean? Because these shoes don't fit like that, but there's room in between there where it's flexing. So I was like, okay, I was glad that I did it. So if you see, I got the wheels on. They as tight as I can get them with I don't have the socket yet, but with this, okay, with this one and this one, I'm proud of myself because I did it myself. And normally when you send it, these are about $500. And mind you, this is not a metal truck. This is a plastic truck. Remember, this is the plastic truck. This one is not metal. I did find the metal trucks on Amazon. I did find the metal trucks on Walmart, and then the skater shops, and I found them on there for like $60 to $70. But please know your shoe size, and they do it in centimeters. So like, I think mine was a 36, 37 for my shoe size. You need to know what your thing is so that you can get the right size that'll go on your shoe, because if you get the wrong size, it's not going to be right. You can't get one too little, and you definitely can't get one too big, because it needs to mount up under there, and when you put it on, it's gotta be correct on each side. So I did complete it. Like I said, I do need a metal aluminum shoe insole that go in here to prevent that feeling that I feel. And they as tight as I can get them. So if you look, you want to keep tightening, you shouldn't be able to see through here. So if you can look and see through here, then this is not tight, and you shouldn't hear all that flopping around. You know, when you on skates, you're going to hear the clicking from the floors and stuff, but if you hear, they're not at first like they was, just that click click, they was not secure. They, like I said, when I put them on, they felt like Play-Doh skates, and then the screw is much longer. So eventually I will, you know, wind up seeing what's the next step, what drill bit I got to do to bring the screws down and make the screws shorter so that they're not all the way down by the wheel. But you definitely want that when you're doing like leaning on your trucks, right, left, front, back. I'm not really going to be using these for tricks at all. These would be just something I quickly put on with an outfit, just some humor videos, a little dribble here and there. But these won't be ideal for the stuff that I'm learning, because safety is first. And I'm glad, because I had another pair of my black and red padded leather Jordans. I was finna do the same thing, drill them and stuff like that. And I just went into a friend, oh, I'm gonna turn all these into, and I'm glad I didn't. I'm glad I just started with this pair and I kind of stopped. So now with the research and the things that I did, I'm not going to turn all of my Jordans into skater shoes, because for me, with my experience and what I'm trying to learn, these won't be the safest skates for me to do what I want to do. My safest alternative for me and my age is a high boot, ankle support, the right size. So I'm learning all this stuff. That'll be ideal. These is just cute to play around, but all it takes is a like that, and can be prone to, you know, you go to, say for instance, you up dancing and you on your trucks and you doing something and you turn that foot and it get away from you and your ankle do that. So I'm not gonna be trying to do all that. So I'm glad that I was able to do it, and I did it. They do have the metal brackets. I did want to do another pair. I'm not 100% for sure if I want to, but I do want them red and black Nikes, and probably not more or less to do what I want to do, like how y'all see me practicing and doing all that. I would definitely stick to a safer, higher boot from my experience, people with it. Now, I see people with the plumers. You know, I see them doing the toe manuals and stuff with the plumers and stuff, because those are put together. They're designed. These is you know, something I put together, and the metal plate is not in there. And then I seen another guy, he's a skateboard guy. He took his Jordans and transformed, but I noticed he's a skater, but he was skating kind of awkward in those, and the stability, like he said, was not 100% there also. He was kind of like all over the place. So alrighty guys, you guys have a great day, and I'll show y'all what they look like when I wear them. Toodles.